Hello and welcome to Weebanomics. This is your host, Kyrie Luminous at KyrieLuminous on Twitter.com, and these are my co-hosts.
Oh, should I go first?
Yes.
Hello, I am Stonk Salesman at StonkyWonky on Twitter.com.
Hi, I'm Smug Homeslice at smughomeslice.quitter.quit something I got suspended.com.
Oh,
Oh
that's
man.
sad.
And then Smug
And then
Homeslice
there's
got
also Kyrie.
unsuspended.
And then there's also Kyrie.
And then there's Kyrie. So what are we doing today? I completely forgot what it was.
Mushoku Tensei.
We're
What's
watching
that?
child
Our
porn.
return.
God damn it, Stonk.
It is not child porn.
Yes, it is. Totally at the end of part 2. That's for a second.
All right.
Oh, whoopsie.
I disconnected.
We are talking about Mushoku Tensei. It is where a fucking degenerate weeb is reincarnated in a fantasy world and given a second chance.
No, he was a gamer. He was an overweight gamer.
He had over 1,000 light novels. Of course he was a fucking weeb.
Did he? I don't know. I missed that.
Yeah, see, I paid attention.
I also did.
No, I had to watch the first part like 5 times because everyone kept wanting to watch it with me.
Yes, but I watched it only one time.
Yeah, I don't care. And I know for a fact that he owned over 1,000 light novels because of it. That's all I got from it. Anyway.
Yeah, by that time, would they be heavy novels?
Yeah, probably. Probably after that many.
So, Gary, do you want to explain what this series is?
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, because you've seen it 5 times.
A degenerate weeb is reincarnated in another world and given another chance at life. What will he do? He will, just try to not be
He'll have sex with
dick. Okay, he has sex with
Yeah, he does.
Okay, he checks out a few. It's kind of weird. It's super weird.
If you are sensitive even at 8 years old, he's checking.
Even at 8-year-old. Even as a baby, he was checking out his maid's boobs.
No. We're not talking about when I say at 8 years old. I'm not talking about him at 8. I'm talking about the people were 8.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
Oh, right. Fuck.
Yeah, he was checking out 8-year-olds, but technically he was 8. If you think about it, this is really the most nuanced critique of otaku culture of all time, because this is how the author views us.
I mean,
yeah, yes.
If I was to make an assumption about the entire otaku fandom, nah, I'm just messing with you.
But yeah, okay, he's given another chance at life, and it's just a general buildup of him learning magic. He's like a fucking high-class mage by the time he's 5 years old. He's a fucking genius, according to parents. So really, he's just a 40-year-old man in a child's body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he actually is.
He's also some of the worst kind of person.
Basically, a lot of these people are awful.
This man is just horny on another level.
No, it's not even like get rid of his get rid of his entire.
I've seen the scene with him and fucking Eris in the barn. I've seen it.
I'm talking about even if you got rid of his entire horniness, personality, and everything like that, he's still a terrible fucking person.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much a lot of the people are terrible, actually.
No. I think a lot of the people may have been, quote unquote terrible at one point in time, but they usually grow, learn, and overcome it. He is just terrible permanently. Every time at every situation, because I gave an example to someone when they wanted to ask me it, and the example, because I didn't want to do any spoilers just then, is imagine that he is like this. He goes, grabs a gun, and then shoots someone because he thinks it could benefit him, and then he finds out that he shouldn't have done that, because it's bad to do that against people. And then he goes through an entire arc. It's like, all right, I will no longer shoot people ever again. And then after that, he goes and throws a rock at someone instead, thinking it's a completely different concept.
Yeah.
That's literally all of his lessons. I don't know how many times he had to learn the same exact lesson of stop thinking you're hot shit and putting other people's lives at danger for your own benefit because it's not going to end well. Do you know how many times that happens inside the show?
It happened at least 5 times.
I'd say 7 or something. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, it's like it's funny because I would love to think that what's it called? The story kind of pretends that he's learned his lesson and everything like that, but the show doesn't show that he actually does, and he just keeps falling into the same thing. Like, there's one scene where he talks about change being hard, but it's actually related to a completely different kind of context where they're talking about a specific thing of, you know, him like getting so depressed that he reverted back to how he was before. Like, he like completely became his shut-in like thing all right at the end. And then what's it called? It's like I doubt that meant change is hard. By the way, it would be terrible writing if just one line meant, oh, for the entire season 1, season 2, which is actually just season 1, 2 parts, change is hard. And it's like, okay, I'm not gonna buy that bullshit. It's like, you're not gonna tell me someone's fucking learning their lesson 7 fucking times and it's all justified because somewhere near the very fucking end he says change is hard. I'm not gonna buy it. The context was specifically referring to what was being said, what was specifically happening there, and it's just like, oh my god, I really hate the main character. I love the show, but the main character, I really fucking hate him. He's like one of the worst fucking people.
I hate him even more than Cosma.
The man skipped his own parents' funeral to masturbate.
Well, okay, yes, but okay. So here's the thing. I would say that differently because what's it called? It kind of hints the reason he didn't actually go out is because of his trauma and everything like that.
Yeah.
And like he couldn't leave the house. The funeral was held somewhere besides the house, and anytime he wanted to leave the house, what's it called? He couldn't do it just himself. He flat out just couldn't, because of, you know, what happened to him. So he probably more than likely gave up and went to jerk off.
That's fair.
I think if he really wanted to leave, one, he could have probably overcame it, but two, the people that came in, beat the shit out of him and everything, I'm almost positive if he called someone to say, I want to go to my parents' funeral, but I can't leave. I need one of y'all to just kidnap me and put me there. Like, I'm almost positive they would have done it. Like,
I'm just intensely thinking about it.
Like, I'm almost positive there's other ways he could have got there, even if he needed people to force him there. But not just that. What's it called? There's just a lot of like weird plot things inside the story. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
really good.
So okay. Back when they got captured and whatnot, I'm still like wondering why they kidnapped the teacher. When Eris and the main character both got kidnapped, why did the main character get kidnapped? Because those people weren't part of, like, they weren't in on the thing and anything like that. Those were actually just random people that were doing it. So, when you think about it, why was he kidnapped?
That is a good question. I was still wondering that.
Like, if
Maybe-
they are really like not like part of the plan and whatnot, and was just random people to do it and whatnot, they would have just thought he was a random nobody and didn't even bother with him. It's like it would only cause them more trouble. They should have just kidnapped purely Eris, and then the story would have never have happened.
Yeah.
And in fact, it could have almost blamed it all on the main character because of because he made the plan to get her kidnapped.
That's true. But he might, since the servant was involved, he might have known that Rudius was a gray rat, but of a different branch, and that they were like conspiring with another branch of the gray rat family. So they could have kidnapped him in order to like some convoluted plan that was possibly talked about in the light novel, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Feel
they
like
seem to have. I don't know. It almost looked like they didn't even know who he was.
That's true too.
Of course not.
No, your face is true.
Yeah, I think I was wondering if I missed something or not, and I was just complete. Like the entire fucking story probably wouldn't have happened if that scene just did not do that. Oh, I mean, if they put in like a line or whatnot that talked about maybe they could get him in, what's it called? That they could have probably got more because of him, because of how much his power and everything is and whatnot. It would have been, pretty cool, or not pretty cool, pretty understandable and whatnot. But that also would completely change how they should have, kidnapped him. Because is like, oh, this person who is extremely powerful could do incantations without any kind of, what's it called? Chance and whatnot. Let's leave him alone with the other prisoner. I'm just like, so when it comes down to it, it really feels like they do absolutely nothing about them. Ugh, man, that really annoyed me. There was a few more scenes that were like that. I just can't think of them off the top of my head.
When he was okay, so do we want to talk about like how the story progresses first, or do we want to focus on this real quick? Because I remember several points.
All right,
just talk about 8 points.
Yeah, so Kyrie, I remember because when we were watching together, I kept pointing it out while we were watching. I was like, wait, what? It's like, why this? What? Do you remember any others?
Yes, when he was kidnapped by the Beast People during that event, they stole his staff. They took his staff and all his stuff, and then during the jailbreak, his stuff was exactly outside of his jail cell.
Yeah, I was like, what? That is the absolute worst place to put it.
In part 2.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so if you ever try to leave and whatnot, here's your weapon of ultimate destruction. I'm like, what? Why?
Why the fuck do they not lock that up? Why don't they just leave it right in front of him?
I was like, I was just flabbergasted. I was like, no, wait. This is the absolute dumbest thing imaginable. Like, the only reason he got to save the Beast Village is because of that. But they're clearly not thinking of prisoners breaking out, getting their weapon of ultimate destruction on people that they pretty much almost tortured. And, what's it called? And it's like, hey, I'm gonna save the village that almost tortured me. I was like, there's no fucking way they're thinking like that. It was just literally terrible fucking keeping. They obviously have places to put it. They just didn't.
They just ignored it. They were like, this is just a fucking child or something. Like, what the fuck can he do?
Man.
Let's see, what other points?
Okay, there's one scene I want to talk about.
Okay.
So after the teleportation spell, And when Rudy and his dad meet up again, like in the bar, what the fuck? Why would that guy get angry at him? Like, is it his fucking
Uh,
fault that everybody in the entire land got teleported?
yes.
Uh,
Like, I think it's half his fault.
Okay. Yeah. So
Like,
Paul
it it
is an
it did
interesting thing
it did
because
happen through someone else, but they were targeting Rudy.
I mean, what's it called? I was wondering when they got teleported and whatnot. I was pretty much saying something along the lines of, "I wonder who else got teleported" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I understand the idea that the father was saying. It's like, why didn't you search for other people? But at the same time, I don't blame someone for not thinking of that when you're tossed into a new world and whatnot. And especially because the new world is supposed to be, very anti-human and anti like everything which also means you have absolutely no idea if who you are looking for is even there.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, like the story likes to portray like that is like he should have done that. Like he could have done better and everything like that. And I disagree in the sense of there's absolutely no possible way that he should have known that all of the people at that village would have got teleported there. And even if he went out and looked, and if he didn't find anyone, like after a week, after a month, is he supposed to just keep looking? Like,
Yes.
I actually think that logic doesn't make enough sense to justify this level of hatred he had towards him at the beginning.
Root. To be
But
fair, though,
but the reason
Root,
he did it is mostly because he was like super frustrated, super blaming himself. He was like the father clearly was not in the right state of mind. But what's it called?
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's kind of why he had to go and apologize, fix himself, and everything like that. He had to go. He like the father had to do some self looking into. But yeah, I
So there's also another thing that, like, I want to talk about, like, Rudy, but like before he got reincarnated. Like, I think Rudy's backstory before he got reincarnated is a more interesting premise than, like, oh, he gets hit by a truck and now he's in a fucking isekai world. No, this guy actually has personality.
I will say if like I believe he is the like absolute one of the worst kinds of people. But when he actually sees something happening in front of him that he knows is dangerous, he will do the right thing. And it's pretty
Yeah.
evident by the way he died the first time. Because this is him traumatized by people in the outside. He is out there. He doesn't want to interact. He doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah,
And he
got, like,
flat out hates everyone there. But
yeah, like it got triggered by that guy that, like, went over and played games with him, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow, you live so good. I wish I could live like that, live like that." And then he fucking freaked out, like,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. So as I was trying to say, it was like what's it called? All that was pretty crazy and whatnot. And then, despite him like hating everyone there and wishing nothing good upon them, he still sees someone in trouble and tries to go help them.
Yeah,
But that's what ended up to his death.
yeah,
So it's like one of those things. Like he is one of the worst kinds of people, but then if you actually like put it right in front of him, he would do the right thing.
yeah. Okay. Does Skyler want to get a go?
y'all pretty much covered it.
So what's it called?
Uh,
Those are the
the-
scenes we did not like and whatnot. Should we talk about the scenes we do like? Because
okay.
So because the reason is, like, I want to get those like out of the way because I actually really love the show, but those scenes, holy fuck! All right.
Okay, so this was the point I was like, oh shit, this is actually pretty good, and that was when after they escaped the kidnapping, Rudy and Eris, like they got kidnapped and then they got saved by, well, fuck, I always forget her name, like the Ghislaine. They get like saved from a throwing sword, and then like Ghislaine, she kills like a fucking man, and then that man falls over in front of Rudy, and like that point, it was like that it hits me. Like Eris just acts like, okay, so this happened, okay, but Rudy's fucking terrified. Like he realizes that, oh shit, this is real. Like I love that they acknowledge that they like that they like that at that point he also knows, like, oh shit, this is real and real people can die. You know? No?
No.
No. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say something else, so I was quiet.
Just like Ghislaine and Eris just act like nothing had happened.
Yeah.
But Rudy is just there in shock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he, like,
I mean, what's it called? What? Like, to me, it was the perfect example of what's it called? To them, it is normal. They grew up in a world where that is common. That happens.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. But Rudy,
you have Rudy, and he becomes like fucking terrified.
He's in a civilized society, quote unquote, and then gets thrown into that. Like, Rudy's sheltered as shit.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, like, all of that's happened. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like,
you guys know what I mean, right?
Yeah, because it's just the stark contrast of the story actually makes it a point that he is not from this world, and that is also shown not just at that scene. It's actually shown a lot throughout all the scenes, like the fact that he wasn't scared of the Spurg and all that. But the other thing is the curses do not affect him because the curses are only applied to this world, which I did think is a little BS. Not the fact that curses don't apply to him and whatnot. The part that I find just a little BS is the idea that shaving his head made the curse go away and whatnot. And the more he shaves the head, the more the curse will go away. And then the fact that so the day before, I remember talking about this with Kyrie. One more scene I did not like. So the day before, what's it called? The Spurge, goes and saves people and whatnot, and they're like terrified of him. And then they get told and whatnot that it's going away. And then they meet up with other people on his journey alone. They're no longer terrified. I'm just like, okay. You can say that it's been waning and all that shit, like, as much as you want. But let's not pretend that in a single day or something along those lines, or just a short period of time, that he went from the people are crapping his pants even after they saved him to, oh yeah, I was somewhat scared to hear that you are, but whatever. You saved us, so you're good.
It was about a year.
No, it wasn't.
Oh wait, I think we're talking about different points.
Yeah, because what's it called? This was, as I was saying, it went from like a little bit before he parted ways. He saved people, and they were like really fucking scared of him. And then when they parted ways, and as he was heading back to his, where he lives, like everyone's like, oh yeah, just slightly like, affects me subconsciously. I'm just like, wait, what? It's like he's been bald for I don't know how many years. It's like if
About a
you
year and a half.
yeah, he's been bald for quite a fucking while. If it had like that much of a drastic drop, man, it would have been done. Like the curse would have been gone by like day like fucking 5 or something like that.
So anyway,
But yeah, it is still like one of the good things of the show to show that Rudy isn't affected by the curses because he's not supposed to be part of that world. Thus, it is pretty much showing that he is the one that is different throughout the entire world and can do stuff that no one else can do. You know, except for the what was it the non incantation casting. He actually was able to teach it. This one person and only one.
yeah.
But she's a demon, so we're gonna see if it's
She's
something.
special.
What?
Sophie,
Yeah, she's
she's an
special.
elf, but she has like a curse probably.
Yeah, so
We just don't know it yet.
yeah, she might have the same thing as him, as
Yeah.
him. But so we're kind of I was trying to say is like because he was able to teach it to someone. I'm just saying, like, I think she's probably the only one other person that could have done it. Like, one of, like, the few people, and that's because she's, like, a demon or something. We'll find out why, but what's it called? I honestly think, that is actually supposed to be, like, an extraordinarily rare thing. It's just the show wants you to think that it wasn't.
Yeah.
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 Any others? Any other things?
We could go over what the plot
Should,
is.
We
should I
should go over the plot.
like? There's also one. Okay, there's one more thing I really like about this anime. So yeah, okay. So you take like an anime like Konosuba or Rising of the Shield. You know those cities. They're like in a dome, right? With walls and I love that Mushoku Tensei doesn't have that. Mushoku Tensei explores the world more, and I really love it. I love how this world looks.
I know you're furry.
What?
We know you're a furry.
What? I'm not a furry.
You are very excited by the slavery of the cat people. and
No,
the
I
animal
just like
people.
how the world
You
looks.
like the demon dog, the
We know it.
god dog.
Like you take Konosuba, you have like a boring fucking dome, and then you have Mushoku Tensei. It goes to an actual city, and it goes to the desert, or it goes to a forest. Like it explores the world more than other
Yeah,
basic
I know what
isekai
you
do.
I know what you mean. We're just fucking with you.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I really like that about it.
Yeah, it is actually pretty cool and whatnot. One thing I always found really fucking funny in the show is like, what's it called? Japan, their affinity and love for cat girls, and then you go into their world, and it's like an open thing to pretend to be a cat. And then it's like, it was like at the very end, it's like my mother showed me this one day. I'm only gonna say this once. Please have kittens with me, meow. And then I just fucking
That was
died.
at the end of part 2.
I fucking
Oh,
died.
oh
I'm sorry.
no!
I
was
like as serious of a scene that was supposed to be. I fucking busted out laughing.
Okay, so Gary like said, I said like I'm almost done with this anime, and then Gary said like continue. I said why? You haven't seen the scene yet, and I think that was the scene.
No, I was just messing with you.
No, but actually, was that the scene?
It wasn't.
Ah, fuck.
There
I
were too
thought
many
I
scenes
thought it
on my
was.
mind.
I thought it
Oh,
was.
I also really liked that the reason Rudy got imprisoned was because they thought that Rudy was aroused when playing with the god dog, but it was actually the god dog that was aroused by Rudy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was certainly a thing.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty weird. The god dog and all that shit. I was like that. It was just a creepy thing. Creepy part of it. It's like, oh, the dog's arousing me. I was like, that's a little weird. Don't know what to say. And they just kept making it a point. And what's it called? Like him just playing with the dog, and then the beast men and women are like, this means this, and this means this, and what you're doing. And then he's just like looking at what happened. It's like, oh.
Fuck.
But I thought that was kind of funny because what's it called? The fact. Oh, another bullshit thing. The Beastman's like freaking ultimate weakness, like
I already forgot what it was.
like during the fight and everything like that. Okay, here's another point. I thought, like, oh my god, I keep remembering the points now. So what's it called? I thought this was bullshit. The fact that they put like everything on fire and whatnot, and the Beastman couldn't do anything. The explanation that was given was because of all the fire and all the chaos and everything like that, they couldn't use their nose to fight. And like their scent, everything was gone, and the way they fight is using their sense of smell and their hypersensitive sight and whatnot. And they couldn't do that with the fire in the way. It was using a mostly emphasis on smell, but they did say senses. And then Rudy puts the water everywhere and is making it constantly rain. And then it says, yes, thank you, Rudy. Now I can use my sense of smell to fight. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. That flat out is not how that works. If it's raining and whatnot, you're not going to be able to smell anything. Rain literally... Not only, for one, rain has a distinct smell just by itself. Two, rain is constantly washing the scent of everything through, like, everywhere. And three, you're not going to be able to smell it through the fucking rain. I'm just like, that's not how that works. Like, maybe it won't be as bad as the fucking fire, but it definitely would not allow you to just all of a sudden fight without restrictions now. I'm just like, I thought that was really fucking bull. Oh, man.
Harry, nothing to say?
I've got it's not really.
Oh, me and what's it called? I remember me and Kyrie were laughing at the guy that the guy at the end where he was like abnormally strong. Oh my god, that was great.
That was great.
They started explaining it, and then like, wait a minute, the abnormally strong guy. They're not talking about the person who was talking to Rudy, right? And then it just shows him like carrying the prince by his head.
Oh yeah! Oh, I fucking laughed hard at that.
Oh my god! And then Kyrie, so what it was, it's like I was like, oh damn, he just accidentally broke his arm. And then Kyrie's like, I don't think it was accident. And then he just like, oh, no. Whoops. Human bodies are so fragile. And I was like, no, it definitely was an accident. He wasn't meaning to.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
That guy is my least favorite character. I fucking hated him.
The one obsessed with the figures or the other prince?
Or
the prince. The prince.
Yeah.
Which prince?
I fucking hated him. Like they're
both princes.
Like in part one, that guy was with
the pervert.
Yeah, the pervert. I fucking hated him.
He's like a worse version of Rudy.
Yes.
Except stupid.
Yeah, he's more dumb and more stupid.
And not talented.
No, of course not.
Alright, so
I was fucking laughing hard when his arm broke. I was like, he deserves this.
I
Fuck
thought
him.
like a good chunk of his neck was going to rip before he
Oh my god,
succeeded.
I hoped he fucking died.
Oh man, it was a pretty crazy fucking scene. Not gonna lie.
He
But
deserved
we
it.
were just laughing, and I thought that he was going like because that prince got banished. By the way, at the
Yeah.
end, from what it said, like that like stupidly strong guy, he got banished, and I was like, are they going to travel with Rudy now? And then they don't, and I'm like, damn, I wanted to see what it would be like if he travels with Rudy, because one of the things he probably would have been doing the entire time is learning how to make the things, and I honestly think he would have been a good, like, not like a good replacement for the Spur just leaving the party, but rather, an okay replacement, and someone who complements Rudy well, because remember, Rudy is not like physically strong. He's not physically anything. It's just he can see the future just a little bit, and he can cast like massive spells. He's like a really good spellcaster. So someone who's not really a spellcaster and is like all into fucking power, like 100% to the point of he's a freak because of how strong he is. That would be an amazing like a company. Like I thought that's what was going to happen, but then they split parts, and I was like, damn. So that guy really just threw his prince life away, and then he doesn't even get to accompany Rudy and learn the shit that he wanted to learn.
No, fuck him.
They literally just like used him and then threw him away when he
Yeah.
clearly wasn't like a bad person per se, I guess, maybe.
Yes.
Oh man, I will say I was just a little annoyed from that decision.
I just get annoyed every time he was on screen. I was like, in part one was the only like two times he showed up.
No, no,
And then
no,
in
wrong prince. I was talking about the strong one, not the fucking pervert one.
strong one. Which one?
You do know they're both princes, right? They're brothers.
Oh, the guy with the glasses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
who
okay.
I was
He
talking
was
about.
fine.
Why, like, he was banished, and the fact is he, what's it called? He did not get to accompany Rudy. I thought he would have.
Yes. Also, fuck him.
Why?
I don't know. It just doesn't look like a guy I would like.
It's literally just someone obsessed with figures.
Yeah.
That's
Just-
literally all.
That's literally just
sounds like-
Kyrie.
Sounds like me, but I also hate me.
Yeah,
Just
no.
like me for real. Oh man.
Maybe one person that actually likes me.
Who?
Thanks, guys.
Smug. Smug likes you.
Sinnoh, maybe.
Possibly your
you're-
girlfriend.
Your
Yeah,
your
more
girlfriend probably
girlfriend.
doesn't hate you.
Not too much, at least.
Wait, that told me I set the bar too low.
No, she probably does hate you, to be honest.
What?
Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
She's probably no, she hates you.
Probably
I'm
wants
sorry.
to peg someone else.
You guys also hate me, right?
A little bit.
I have no
yeah,
hatred.
Yeah, fuck you too.
I have no hatred. It's not a thing. Except for this show.
Anyway,
God fucking
this-
damn it. No, I'm just joking.
Anyway, this fucking anime.
I don't. I actually really enjoy this anime.
I quite like this anime, yeah. Solid 9 out of 10.
I am neutral.
Let's go.
Like I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. I'm like in dead center. I had my fun with it, but I wouldn't call it one of my favorites.
Look, it's no slime isekai, but it is still pretty good.
Yeah, this is like below slime.
I mean, that's
Like,
not saying much
slime
because
is still-
Slime's the second best show out there.
With first one being
No game, no life.
true.
Oh man.
Where would you put Mushoku Tensei?
I don't think I would have it in my top 20, but
No,
it definitely is pretty good. I don't know. If I
well,
was to
I
put a
don't.
number, I think I gave it like a pretty high one, like right after watching it. But then, like an hour later, I thought about it and I was like, it's probably not as high as I thought, because after giving it a little more thought, I was like, nah. I'll probably rate it a little lower. And then I just never got around to it. I'm probably going to get to
Probably
it
would
like
have
right after this.
like if I would have given it a spot in all anime that I've seen, like I would have put it like below middle somewhere. Like it's a pretty good show, not gonna lie, but like I, it's not something like that I would watch out of my own. Like I didn't even watch it seasonal. I didn't even heard about it when it came out.
Hmm.
Plus you hate chat. Plus you prefer to. Nah, I was gonna make a lowly con joke, but that doesn't fit right now.
Now do it.
Y-
I just hate everything that is popular.
I
yeah,
was
you
about to
are
say,
Just
if you
saying.
hate everything, does that mean you hate yourself? But then you said popular. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yes. So I hate Kyrie.
Mm. That's why you
Mm,
don't like Kyrie.
Like I hate everything that is popular, but there are some things that I really like Demon Slayer or ReZero or
Or fucking garbage. I mean, Love Life.
yeah, I hate you too.
But anyway, I wanted to talk about an interesting thing I just remembered.
All
Some
right.
of
What?
the some of the some of the criticisms of this show, they're kind of out there.
I've actually never looked at any of the criticisms.
I haven't
You
looked
are
into the
blessed.
community.
Actually, unlike other isekai, he has his old voice as his monologue, in his internal monologue. So that means he's like an old man. And every other isekai, they're like new people. Or it's basically they were saying that, oh, everything's fine in every other isekai because they get because they use their new voices as a. It's hard. God damn it, I hate this.
That this guy
Really
just
stupid shit.
All
starts
right,
as a
so
baby instead of just being transported into your own body into a new world.
tell that to Tanya.
Oh, I haven't seen Tanya
But yeah, like they said, oh,
yet.
so the seven, they were comparing that other isekai from the author of Redo of Healer,
Ooh,
the
Which one?
Assassin
Wait,
Wing.
uh the world's finest assassin. They were talking about how, oh, he's basically a 70-year-old man in a little kid's body, though. It's basically the same thing as Mushoku Tensei, whatever, however you say it. And they were
Shokutan.
like, no, actually, Mushoku Tensei is more serious show, and so therefore you should take it more seriously, and whatever. It was the dumbest conversation I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
And
I've been
they
tempted.
basically.
I've been
Mhm.
I've been tempted to go look at some of the stuff because I know that anime snob, he links me some of his videos criticizing it, and I've always just told him I haven't seen the show yet. I haven't seen the show yet. I haven't seen the show yet. Oh man,
And go watch the show.
we did. He
You do
hasn't
it.
linked
Tell anybody
me
about it.
any since what's it called? Since it, so I might go binge watch his Mushoku Tensei videos. Oh man, after this.
Yeah. Just some of the criticisms are very valid, though. I will say that.
All right.
Involving the little kids.
All right. Is there anything you wanted to have seen inside this show that wasn't explored? Because I definitely do.
What?
Uh,
I mean, I
yeah,
want to
you
hear
spoke.
y'all's
Yeah, go.
first if y'all can do it.
Honestly,
I want to think about it.
All right. Kyrie?
I would have liked to see more Roxy.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to say, like, put more Roxy in it. Put more Roxy in season 2.
Just hopefully not so much of the gangbangs.
uh,
I think Smug would have liked those scenes.
all
No,
right.
there were women involved.
No, Smug doesn't like it.
All
I
right.
think Otaka would have liked it.
All right. So the thing I wanted to see is this. I wanted to see like one day like he goes and tries to explain to his parents the main character, he goes and explains to
Yeah.
his parents, I have something to tell you. I remember everything from my birth. I was actually reincarnated into your child, and so I've lived an entire full life, and in fact I was older than both of y'all.
Do other Isekai tell Isekai characters that they are reincarnated? Like,
Not usually.
name one.
I
Name
mean, what's it
one.
called? I would say some of them try to, but what's it called? They can't really do it.
Like,
They
ReZero
usually,
doesn't. Shield Hero, they know that they are from
yeah,
another.
Shield Hero. They knew they're from another world, so that concept never
Slime,
needed.
they don't do
ReZero,
it.
he tries to, but the in world doesn't, allow him to. Kazuma,
Slime.
everyone thinks he's just like some type of foreigner, and some of them know, like what he is and whatnot.
Slime, he just accepts it.
Yeah,
Like, this is happening.
Slime he's trying to not play all of his cards on the table, and a lot of people do. Even in Slime, a lot of people know that he came from another world. Like he got reincarnated into it.
Yeah.
He goes out and tells people. I don't think this like telling the people is like this new kind of concept. It's always existed and whatnot. It's just none of them have flat out done it. And I think in this situation,
He probably should have done it.
like, yeah, this like one like this situation, the way it is shown, it's like it almost feels like the parents should have a right to know like why everything is the way it is, especially because it's like affecting their real life massively. It's like what's it called? It like he's still technically their child, but he should probably still tell them. I don't know. I kind of wanted to see how the author would play with that, because you definitely know Paul's gonna get like super fucking pissed and everything right when hearing it, but more than likely, everyone's gonna talk him down from that and just pretty much say it's still your child and still blah 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 and everything like that. And then he'll later accept it. This is more than likely what would happen with Paul, but I have absolutely no idea how the mother would take it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I think it would just be an interesting concept.
So what I wanted from this, like, I wanted to know what happened to Sylphiet. Like,
that's gonna be shown.
Is
Because
that going to be shown in like a season 2 or something?
Yeah,
It was shown at the end.
It was shown at the very end. It was shown. Okay, so after the credits, if people that don't skip the credits like me, right at the end after the credits, it actually showed her.
Oh, I think I didn't pay attention after the credits.
Yeah, we know you don't.
No one does.
I actually paid attention this time.
Okay. I believe you.
I mean, Stonks has been able to recall almost everything here, so you definitely paid attention.
Yes.
I'm proud of you, Stonks. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, so what's it called?
I have vacation right now. I'm watching a shit ton of anime right now.
Yeah, so right after the end scene credits, it pretty much goes and shows she's kind of at like a board meeting of something. She's either like running a company or running like the country or something like that. It's something. She's running something, or is at the very least a high up of something. So
Okay.
she's not only doing well, she's doing really fucking well. So we're kind of curious how that's gonna go, but
It's probably gonna come back in season 2.
yeah, and she's still talking about Rudy. She still wants to see Rudy. And I was like,
She still wants his dick.
Ugh. I've always just wondered, is like, damn, how is he gonna confront her, and what's gonna happen the moment she finds out that he slept with Eris?
His cousin.
Oof.
You already know that that's going to be a part later on.
Yeah.
Like, he has 3 women, like head over heels for him. There's Roxy, Eris, and Sylph.
So, anything else to talk about?
We still haven't explained literally the plot of the story.
Well,
Yeah, we really
the,
haven't. We're rusty at this, man.
No, it's
Harry,
not
do,
that.
do
It's
you,
just that there's so many more interesting things to talk about than the plot that we wanted to get all
Yeah,
those out first.
Harry,
that's
do you
true.
still want to talk about the dumb things you saw on Twitter over Rudy?
Ooh.
Nah.
Aw,
Not
I want to hear it.
anymore.
I want to hear it. I want to laugh.
It actually,
Well,
Tell us,
Rudy
Kyrie.
is. Remember, technically, I don't know. I just want to talk about how Eris is actually the pedophile in the situation where she said with Rudy, because Eris is an
I'm going
adult.
to look up
She is
how.
literally an adult. She is 15, and in that world, that is an adult. And then she slept with a child, so she is the pedophile. We should talk about that.
I think that isn't their age difference just 2 years?
Yes, it is, but it's funnier to call Eris a pedophile.
That actually shocked me. Like when I found that out.
But to
Like
be
what?
honest,
What the fuck?
this was the same episode where they almost sold her as a concubine. So, to her uncle. Like, there's more important stuff to worry about than Rudy.
Zach was searching up. He's searching all right.
Okay, so someone DM me something. What? Sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
God damn
Everything.
it!
Sorry, someone DM me something.
Should we
Shit,
just
what were we saying?
cut to favorite characters or something?
I guess.
Okay,
All right.
well, first let's do a rough overview. Okay, so the story basically is Rudy Grey Rat is growing up. He becomes a little tiny wizard, and then he wants to go to wizarding school. So his dad gets him a job, and so he goes and tutors his cousin. And that's pretty much season 1. Oh, and then they get teleported to the demon continent because nothing else important was happening. And then a
Ah,
bunch of other stuff happens, and that is part 1 and part 2. Boom, bam.
the most simplified explanation.
You're welcome.
It was
But
so
yeah,
simplified. I think it cut so much out of it that no one would ever want to watch from that explanation.
that's
Yeah.
that's why we talked about everything else first.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I remember what we're supposed to be talking about. Kyrie, what was the Twitter takes that you saw about Rudy?
Twitter takes. A lot of people have said Barry, being an awful person when literally that's kind of the point. He checks out 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds. He's a pervert. He's a freak. He's, just Rudy, 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 Rudy.
Oh, damn it, Rudy.
Man, it's
I
a good
act
show too.
I actually went in with almost no spoilers.
I went in completely blind.
Except for me telling you about the children stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Except for that.
the only thing I knew about was the final scene of him and Eris, and that was because of Fire Sister B.
Sister B.
The only thing I really learned about was that Roxy was teaching Brutus. That's it. Like I saw clips on Twitter.
I saw images of Roxy. I didn't even know her name. I didn't even know she was from that fucking show. That's how little I knew of.
No, I actually had fan art of like Umi from Love Live as Roxy, and that's everything I knew. And I was like, "What the fuck is this character?"
um. All right. So strangely enough, what's it called? When I put Gildaris, what? How do you say that name? I know it's the same name as Epstein's assistant.
Uh,
That's how you know her?
What's
That's I don't know how to say her name either. She's Ab girl, Ab cat lady.
Hold on. I think I was always wondering, is she a cat or a wolf? She looks like a wolf, not a cat.
Oh, is she? I don't know.
Okay, so
both.
Wait, no, because her sister, they meowed, so she must be a cat. Or no, her niece.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Gilselane, something like that.
This way or something.
Yeah. So I still remember putting her on Twitter, and Smug said no, and I was like, "You fucking liar!"
What?
It's like I can understand a no. I can't understand a no from Smug himself. I was like after the comments of what you said about a literal dog, I can't believe it. Oh man.
More Twitter takes.
But now
Gary.
I'm so
Yeah, let's just move on to Twitter takes. They're pretty tame.
yeah. So I was using that to lead into the most infamous and some say famous part of the show.
Oh
Two
god, what is it?
characters. Go.
Eris and Roxy.
For what?
Eris is
Personality
the
or
hottest. The 15-year-old Eris, who is a legal adult, is hottest. And
and
Roxy
Roxy
is the best
personality.
personality. She is pure and sweet and lovable.
And the guys?
Uh,
Wait.
Paul is hottest.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
Paul. Except for when he's a drunk.
Yeah.
And personality-wise, gotta go with Grandpa. Grandpa was good. He's
grandpa.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
He's just Grandpa.
As far as
Um,
the men go, I have to 100% agree with Kyrie. Although, as far as the females go, I'm gonna have to disagree. Lilia was definitely the hottest of all of them.
I wanted to say no. I think Lilia personality, and then Roxy Holt. Roxy looks.
Nah, to me, Lilia's just like holy fuck. I don't blame him for being horny for his maid. Holy fuck, Lilia was amazing.
True. She's
Oh
right
man,
behind Eris in my book.
I thought Lilia was personality pretty good.
personality, probably Roxy. Maybe Sylphie. I like it's hard for me to decide between Roxy or Sylphit. I'm probably gonna go with Sylphit. More actually. Yeah. I gotta go with Sylphit for personality and Lilia for definite looks. Holy fuck.
I'm just gonna go personality Lilia and looks Roxy. And then for guys, is there any competition for guys? Like fuck Rudis, fuck Rudyard.
I don't think they're
Um,
really okay, so
I don't
maybe
think there's
maybe you could substitute the looks instead of Paul because you know Paul a lot of times you see him he looks really weird. It's just when he looks good when he
He
keeps
looks
himself
good. He looks good.
good.
looks
So what's
pretty
it called?
good.
If you what you could say is someone who always looks just slightly under Paul's best is the Spurg guy. I never remember his fucking name.
Rudyard.
Richard.
So I think like personality, I think like Roxy's dad, like his personality is pretty good actually.
You know who also has a great personality on the guy's side? Instead of
Well,
just the grandpa, it could actually just be Eris's dad.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
oh yeah,
Like, you know what?
Eris's
You know
dad
what?
looks
I'm gonna,
looks clean.
Eh.
you know what? I'm gonna tie up my daughter, throw her in your bed. Don't worry about it. We're cool. We're cool. That was basically him. I was like, okay, that's cute.
Cute. That's the word we're going with.
That,
Yeah, yeah. That's close enough.
Oh man.
so yeah.
I was
Anything else?
disappointed. I was disappointed that the king got, axed. The grandpa, he kind of got axed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um I mean,
I
I'm sure we could still talk more about scenes we liked, but it's one of those things like we talked a lot.
I don't really know any more scenes.
I don't know.
No, not
I
really.
do I do like the idea that like the Spurg guy, he really fucking hated the children, but he at the beginning, like okay, so what's it called? At the very beginning, he liked them and oh, I promise to you on the Spurg's name, I'll get you to your home. And then what's it called? After that, like when Rudy was trying to help him and save and all that shit, like he like is like all this evil that's happening. I can't accept, and he was starting to get like legitimately angry with them and started to actually like hate the kids, and got to the moment it's like once you get to your place, I'm never speaking to y'all again and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and
Like he legitimately got like angry with him and like wanted to kill them, but they were children, so he didn't. Oh man. So, but you see that in versus how much he's grown since the entire thing ordeal and whatnot. We did get to see a little bit of what's it called? Rudy on why he's able to do some of the stuff he's able to do, and that's him being some kind of God's disciple or whatnot, apostle.
oh god,
Possibly
another one.
I meant to say
possible
apostle.
man god, possibly.
Yeah,
But
possibly.
if he was an apostle, I think he would be dead. But the other lady gave an alternative to what he could have been. So I'm curious what that could be. I hope we learn about that in the next season.
Probably. Um,
That'd be
but yeah, so when it came down to it, it's like, damn, that's pretty cool to think about. Like, and also the fact is like, holy fuck, that guy, he fucking wiped the floor with them without even breaking a sweat. He just decimated, like, for the longest time, like that Spurg is like, just because you're a warrior now doesn't mean you gotta get hot shit. There's always someone stronger than you. It's like, alright, I know. Moments later, he's completely frozen in fear and telling him not to do anything. Don't look him in the eyes. Don't do anything. It's like, don't move a muscle. And then Rudy pretty much gets them all almost killed. uh,
yeah.
Damn. It like that fight scene, like he tried his goddamn hardest and he's like, everyone run, and he's just holding him off for as long as he can, which wasn't all that long, but holy shit, is long when you consider the fact that that's supposed to be the strongest person in that entire universe. uh, they had no chance, but the fact that they still didn't, they stood there and just watched him like almost die, and it's like, damn, like Rudy just literally waited and whatnot. Ugh. They were all in just massive shock. I don't know. It was a pretty crazy scene. The fight was also insane because He didn't really use any actual like spells against them besides spell nullification.
And whatever
Yeah.
that dragon thing was, but I
Yeah.
don't know what that was even.
Yeah, but he was mostly just literally physical. Like, holy shit. He just, like, beat their fucking ass. Even, oh, I loved the fact that, there was always one thing I was curious about, and that's what it showed. When he tried to see the future. So the thing is, his eye will keep seeing every possible future until it gets one that is where he's safe. So if you looked, it showed it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just kept multiplying. And it got to the point he had to stop because he couldn't see with that eye. It pretty much said it didn't matter what you did, he is getting you. Because if you went and dodged in one way, he's changing and hitting you this way. If you went and dodged that way, he's changing mid strike and hitting you this way. And it's like it's just constantly showing it, and I was like, that was actually pretty fucking cool just to see that. It was like there was no survival except for him healing him. But yeah. Ugh. I'm still kind of curious. What would happen, um, if Rudy actually dies?
Then he finally goes to heaven, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know if he will go to heaven, but
I don't know about that.
Hell, I think.
what's it called? I'm kind of curious. Like, would he end up in that god world that he keeps getting into, and like he pretty much still talks to him? And I wonder if that god can do anything, such as like resurrect or whatnot. I don't know. I was like, it feels like if he really, I don't know, it's like as powerful of a god as he says he is. I'm curious if he can like resurrect or because he said, "Oh, that sounds like this god." It kind of makes me wonder if there is a god that could resurrect, because there's one where he's like, "Oh, that god's specialty, it must have been him that pulled you into this world because he specializes in summoning people." It was like the first or second time he met the man god. When he was asking, "Did you summon me to this world?" And he explained it, and he pretty much said that could have been the other god, one of the other ones. So for one, we do confirm that there's multiple gods, and they're all correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But another is they apparently have completely different what's it called? Completely different powers, I guess you could say. Just interesting. What do you think? Kyrie, you want to
This
Sorry.
has been Weebanomics. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you next time.
Next time we'll do a more mature anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we won't.
we won't.
Oh, fuck.
I think okay. So I think I know what the next one is, but Smug
What is it?
still needs to be ready for it.
What is it?
Kyrie knows. We've already said it. We're not saying it here to leave it as a surprise. This has been the Unknown Otaku.
This has
signing
been
off.
This has been Kyrie Luminous at KyrieLuminous on Twitter.com.
This has been Stonk Salesman. See y'all later.
Bye. Bye.